Shit.
What?
Can't get out of here.
You can get in, but you can't get out.
That's never a good thing.
Nope.
Ya no da más, gracias.
Dale, atrás a ver si tienes alguien aquí, dale. Sí, te quedan como 10 pies todavía.
Oh, gracias.
Ahí puedes sacarlo bien.
I haven't heard Spanish like that in a long time.
That's Cuban Spanish.
I know.
I don't know why they fuck up this parking lot so bad.
They're old, Daddy. This parking lot is a...
Really?
Huh? Yeah. It's like... I don't know, Lion Services parking lot is old. But it was configured for a completely different purpose than this.
Yep. God, thank God I wish it was great. You wouldn't go down. I had to fight it to go down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Guess they got it.
The sentence that somebody in my family could write a victim impact statement and read it at his hearing.
Next up, the Moth Radio Hour. I'm your host, Michelle Jaleski. In this
Turn
hour,
west
stories of
after 2 miles onto US 41 Business Road.
and worlds collide.
I got on a bus with like a dozen kids, and about 10 minutes into the trip, they just started peppering me with questions. They would say, do you camp alone? What kind of tent do you have? Do you like animals? What's your favorite animal? Have you seen any interesting animals lately? And it was so much that I just said, I'm sorry, I have to work now. And I just stared out the window for the next like 4 or 5 hours.
That story and more coming up next on the Moth Radio Hour from PRX, right after this.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Nora Rahm. The Supreme Court announced yesterday it will hear a lawsuit against President Trump's efforts to restrict birthright citizenship, that people born in the U.S. are U.S. citizens. President Trump wants to limit that to babies who have at least one parent who's a citizen or a legal permanent resident. NPR's Ron Elving reports the Supreme Court has shown deference to the president's policies so far.
Should those babies automatically become citizens even if their parents aren't? The long-standing answer has been yes. But there has also been a body of opinion opposed to that. We had anti-immigration surges in the mid-1800s and in the 1920s, and Trump's broad-scale assault on immigration has in effect closed the southern border and unleashed aggressive deportation efforts. But this birthright citizenship case, seeking to change the way we have long understood the Constitution, would be his biggest trophy yet.
NPR's Ron Elving. Millions of Americans 65 and older are finalizing their 2026 Medicare enrollment. Macy Byers with Nebraska Public Media reports on the choice between traditional Medicare and privatized options.
Some private insurance companies offer Medicare Advantage plans with low monthly premiums and extra benefits. But analysts say premiums and out-of-pocket costs are expected to tick up nationally next year. Nebraska Hospital
I wonder what they got
Association
on this
President
street.
Jeremy Nordquist works with seniors navigating those costs.
A lot of Medicare Advantage plans, you may pay less up front, but you are taking a bigger financial risk as you age and move forward.
Nationwide, 62 million people can choose Medicare Advantage. Advantage plans may require prior approval for certain services, something Nordquist says can delay or deny care for seniors. For NPR News, I'm Macy Byers in Lincoln, Nebraska.
The latest attempts by European leaders have failed to convince the Belgian Prime Minister to allow frozen Russian assets to be used to finance Ukraine. The European Commission wants to use the money as leverage for a loan to Kyiv. From Brussels, Terry Schultz has more on the story.
German Chancellor Friedrich Merz and European Commission Chief Ursula von der Leyen met late Friday with Belgian Prime Minister Bart de Wever in an attempt to convince him to back the EU Commission plan to use frozen Russian funds as collateral for a loan to Kyiv until Moscow pays reparations to Ukraine. But DeVever says other EU governments have not provided solid enough guarantees that they would help Belgium reimburse Moscow if it were able to claim back the frozen goods, which he feels is likely. There are also smaller amounts immobilized in other EU countries, which DeVever says should be included as collateral. But so far, no other government has offered up those sums. The Commission hopes for a deal this month. For NPR News, I'm Terry Schultz in Brussels.
You're listening to NPR News in Washington. Ukrainian officials say Russia launched hundreds of missiles and dozens of drones against Ukraine overnight. The attacks come as Ukrainian negotiators are in Florida for a third day of talks with Trump administration officials on finding a path.
Hey, we're in the same state.
The number of children who die worldwide before age 5 is expected to rise this year. NPR's Gabriella Emanuel has more.
Between 2000 and 2020, the number of young kids dying was cut in half. Today, it's under 5 million kids. While it's too early for exact death counts for 2025,
still a lot of kids.
New forecasts from the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation at the University of Washington suggest this year child deaths will increase by 200,000. Steve Lim is one of the researchers. He says these deaths are the result of foreign aid being cut by a quarter as countries like the US, the UK, and France shift priorities.
So as you can imagine, such large cuts will have substantial consequences on health services.
He says low-income countries in sub-Saharan Africa are the hardest hit. Gabriella Emanuel, NPR News.
The black bear hunt is underway in Florida. For the first time in 10 years, hunters may legally hunt the black bear with rifles and crossbows. They'll need a permit, one of 172 issued, which entitles them to kill one black bear. Opponents of the sanctioned killing failed to stop the hunt in court. Some say they applied for permits with no intention of using them. I'm Nora Rahm, NPR News in Washington.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include Luminescence Foundation. Luminescence Foundation is dedicated to shedding light on neurological research focused on Alzheimer's and Parkinson's diseases and supporting land conservation initiatives. This is NPR.
In this hour, stories of eye-opening encounters. I always feel like there's a special kind of magic that happens when a random encounter with a stranger or chance conversation has the power to shift my full perspective. It's so easy to live in an echo chamber, especially these days, and honestly, I love a reminder that
That's not news to me, is it?
I didn't even hear that part of the news.
Where he said that, or she said about sometimes a conversation with a stranger or chance encounter or whatever.
Shit, this is the shit part of town, man.
reminds me of that area we went through in Ybor City.
Yeah.
Is it the same one?
Yeah.
You remember that?
I remember the surroundings. I mean, I'm not going to say that we were on the same road, but...
We weren't, actually. Because, see,
Turn left after 800 feet. Then take the next left exit immediately onto I-275 North. Turn next left. Then take the next left exit immediately.
Turn next left. Go up this ramp.
Keep left after a quarter of a mile and continue on I-275 North. Keep next left. Keep right after 175 miles onto I-10 East.
Degrees, Joe.
Yeah, man, ain't gonna be no 77 when we get done today.
Nope. It's not, Joe. It is not. Oh, Joe. Sad times, Joe.
God willing, we'll come back, and it won't be sad times when we come back.
Amen, Joe. Amen.
I kind of got a challenge for myself. Let's see if I can not cuss until the Panthers, until Bryce throws his first pick.
Shit, that might be a week from tomorrow.
Well, yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. Me cussing or Bryce throwing a pick. Probably me cussing. I am going to work.
Be with me, I'd hire a offensive coordinator and fire the one we got and hire a new
Yep.
defensive coordinator.
Yep.
Something working.
I think last year everybody just was hurt.
Chicago Bears are kind of like a big
Yep. today was Sunday, there would have been mad traffic around the area we were in.
After 62 miles and continue on I-75 north.
Yeah, and this, apparently taking the route through the road work is still the fastest. Which I figured it would be because I-4 is... I didn't put it to you this way. People might be coming up to Charlotte if we took I-4. Sum it up for you. As how dangerous I-4 is. That people might be coming up to Charlotte if we took it.
Oh, there are asses.
Huh?
There are asses.
Yeah. Would that have happened if Juanine didn't have ALS?
What would happen?
Didn't his heart stop?
Yeah, he had heart trouble. But they could treat that.
But the ALS just made it worse?
The ALS, there's no cure for it.
Oh. Glad he wasn't asphyxiated. I think that would have made me become an atheist, at least temporarily.
He certainly wasn't an atheist.
I know, but How could you serve after God allowed that to happen? And you know it wasn't a mistake. I'm just glad that didn't happen, though. Yeah. And they got Independence Parkway in Hillsboro.
Yeah.
In Clearwater, they got McMullen Booth, and we got McMullen Creek.